You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hopefully we better now. Anyway. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I can be doing this, and you like, if I don't put no energy behind that, like if I don't put any energy behind that, what I'm doing, then it really won't mean nothing. So everything is symbolism if you just gotta know how to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, you'll be in a perception on where you know the right amount of energy that somebody put behind it. You know what I'm saying? And once you know that, you'll be in a space on where you're catering to a certain event or a certain circumstance in your life where if you know how to properly observe the parameter, observe the space you're in that you condensed and created, you know what I'm saying? If you don't understand that the certain symbolism you put out in general means something, like, because for you to try to contact like aliens or try to contact species from a different place, like, aliens isn't real, but the only alien is your mind state. Your mind state is the alien because your mind state is the thing that's creating the alienated symbolism. You know what I'm saying? So when you're alienated, that's when you're on your own. You're by yourself. But the thing you gotta realize is that when you're going upon your actual life, when you're going upon your space, you'll you'll by default need to create a certain symbolism for yourself on where if you don't know how to actually put it into to put it to a space on where it should be observed or it should be put out, then you won't understand that the way it's supposed to be seen is something you put the energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's good to put the energy behind something. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know how to put the energy behind something and you're in a space on where letting an individual put that energy on you and that symbolism on you, then you'll be lost in sauce forever because you will understand that the whole perception on that way and how it's supposed to be seen is based on the how you're putting that like thing to the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta be a space on where you know how to properly look at things, properly see these things, and when you're properly looking and seeing at these things, and you know how to direct these things the right way, you'll be in a space on where you're getting towards the right areas in life where they're supposed to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like no matter what, we're all in a space on where we're trying to create some sort of symbolism that represents ourselves. That's why we have the star. That's why I wear the star. That's why I wear the star. You know what I'm saying? The star. That's symbolism. And whatever energy I put behind that is what it means for me. If I had to break it down for y'all in a different context, I would show y'all that the star would represent you because you're the star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a head. You have arms. You have feet. That's 5. So the star would represent you. But when you understand in different spaces, there's different symbolism, and spirits have the ability to create these things. Then you'll know that that's why Indians wear stars within themselves, shit like that, because it's a representation of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's like what they are, as in heaven, as on earth, as below as above, as above so below, as below so above. So it's understand these contexts in life, and when you understand the way these things is previewing themselves in reality, you'll see that the whole point is to make on how a certain objective to what you're creating means something. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know how these things are supposed to be seen, you'll get lost in the sauce thinking that the whole context is pushing you to be something else, something you're not. You know what I'm saying? So let's say somebody made a symbolism for you, and that symbolism they made for you was seen in a negative space. You gotta be the brought out spirit, the just to see it from the perception on where that you don't let the symbolism phase you. You don't let the cause phase you. You create the cause. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, you'll be in a space on where you're now going upon an area on where the way you're getting towards the areas, getting towards the gifts, like getting towards those, you know how to see them the right way. You know what I'm saying? And when you know how to see them the right way, you're in a space on where you can now understand yourself better and not get lost in the sauce and start to see where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So the symbolism, this, and what I'm explaining, if y'all haven't noticed, is when you put power behind these symbolism, you can now make it simple and then go deep. Once you know how to put the power on the symbolism and go deep, then you'll be in a space on where the whole objective of what the symbolism means becomes the opportunity you can encapsulate within itself. So encapsulate that thing, the whole thing becomes more powerful in its own sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you gotta know how to see these things, and you gotta know where these things is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because when you know where these things is coming from, you'll be in a space on where you're having your own you're having your own area, how your perception, how this thing is supposed to be seen. And I ain't gonna cap to you, these motherfuckers distract. Like I don't give a fuck about them, but it's like they're like a, it's like it's like a, I'm telling them, like they're not real turkeys. They're like there's like a splice of, you can tell like they've been genetically I would show y'all, but I don't want to bother them. Like they want to get some knowledge, so they're just chilling. They just flew up. Oh shit! They just flew up to the tree, and then just chilling now. I'm just watching. Before they were just around my car, and listening, and now they all flew up to the tree. So now they're just listening and trying to get some knowledge. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna let them do. I'm gonna let them be them. But it's like a splice of like chicken and turkey. Like somebody genetically modified them two, because you can tell like they're not as big as turkeys, but they're medium sized, and they're yeah, they got the thing, like they got the chicken stuff, the chicken, but they're just chilling now. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, but anyway, it's kind of like once you know how to look at these things, you'll be in a space on where the whole symbolic representation of what you think, what you create for self, becomes you. So let's say you create a logo for yourself. The logo would represent you in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. It wouldn't be you, but it would represent you. You know what I'm saying? So when we create things that represent us, we're always in the space on where we're bettering our how we see shit, because the things we see is the power. You know what I'm saying? The awareness is the power. And once you're aware, then once you know how to be aware of something, see it from the right perception, you're always in the space on you're learning and you're teaching at the same time. And when you're learning and teaching at the same time, you're always in the objective greater space as a spirit. Because as a spirit, you're in a space on where things don't phase you. Things don't like this delude you. You're always in a space on where you can be respected by others and yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel too negative towards yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you're in that space, you're always in that brought out space as a spirit. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And once you know how to look at these things, that's the only way you can even upgrade and update yourself in the spiritual realm as your mother keyboard, or mother whatever they call it, and things of that nature. So it's like you're seeing things at a different space, at a different location, at different scenarios, and those different scenarios help you to brought out your own scenario. So like I said, you got symbolism that represents you, then create that. Even if it was created by somebody, you know, you have in their mind that how you put it, you were flowing around that space, possessing their mind, making them create it in a certain way that they probably didn't know what they were doing, but you knew what you were doing. And if you know how to properly make that symbolism just look just for something for you, then you know that you got the power. And And once you know that, you're always in a greater space in life. You know what I'm saying? You're always upgrading and updating yourself in the areas where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And you're never lost in the sauce. Whenever you get lost in the sauce, you always know that the areas that get you lost in the sauce are things of like the lower natures, like and those don't really get you lost in the sauce. But why I say the lower natures, and I'm talking about natures like bugs, animals, lower natures. You know what I'm saying? Things that get you lost in the sauce. Because if you fuck around and reincarnate into wearing things like those, that's how you know you didn't pass the school of tests. You didn't pass the school of life. To pass the school of life, you need it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like symbolism is one of the ways. It doesn't got to be you creating an actual symbol, but you having a symbol in your mind that represents you. And anytime you go out in the public or express your creativities, you got something that creates. So like, look, I got my ad-libs check turn. You know what I'm saying? That's like symbolism that I know why I say that and the things and reasons why I make that happen. I mean something. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, if a regular human heard that, they probably think check, or you talking about money, turn, or you talking about turn up. But in my mind, I got something completely different. You know what I'm saying? And it could mean don't get it fucked up. It could mean those things, but when you know that the power is within the mind, you use your mind like a power, and you know what you. That's why I don't even spell check with a because I don't get lost in the thing. I always separate, and you always goes back to you. So it's like it's deep, but once I get to a certain, I'm gonna explain that when I get to a certain. So I feel like it's necessary to make that happen, because this is like we all have this ability. This is all of us. Like, I'm speaking for all of us. This is we do it. You know what I'm saying? By default, when you're looking around, you're checking. You this is what you're doing. You create that world. You're checking it out. Like, this is what you do. You flame. You turn. You create that. You create that flame. You create that imagination. Once you create that imagination, check turn. You know what I'm saying? You do that. So once you create like, literally, y'all know in y'all dreams, if y'all got into a space where y'all got a certain aware enough, you realize that you're actually creating these things. Like you start observing in landscape, and you realize that, oh shit, I'm creating the next, like, you'll probably be going through like a room. Let's say you're going through let's say a hallway. Let's say you're going through a hallway. You about to take a right or a left, but you decide to take a right. When you're walking through that hallway, taking a right, you probably don't know it, but you're creating what you're about to see in that next parameter, in that next space. So it's really like that. Once you understand that, you're in a space somewhere, you know you're creating these things, and you know the power is within you. The power is in your hands. So it's like things that we do by default as spirits, and yeah. But yeah, it's like things we do default as spirit, and it's not for you to get scared. It's for you to understand these things, you know what I'm saying, and get better with it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get better with it, you're in a space somewhere you're bettering yourself on how it's supposed to be seen. You know what I'm saying? You're bettering yourself on the way you're supposed to felt. You know what I'm saying? You're bettering yourself on the way you're supposed to observe your certain scenarios and things of that nature. You're bettering yourself with things like that. Instead of you getting lost in the sauce and thinking that something is creating all this when you're the one creating all this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you know how to see the way the thing is observing for itself, you'll be in a space somewhere you'll get with the point, and know where these things is coming from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the reason why we create certain symbolism and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will create symbolism but not put no power behind that. But I'm gonna tell y'all a hidden secret too. You know what I'm saying? When y'all already, let's say, let's say you want to trap a spirit, right? And you want to, and when I say trap, I ain't talking about actually trap the spirit. Trap the spirit, no thing, no shit. You can never trap. But I'm talking about the mind state, right? You'll be in a space on where if you get a certain thought, and let's say you go to your notebook and you write what that thought, whatever that thought means to you, you write it. It may not even be words. It may not even be. You may gotta like create a symbol. You may gotta write a letter, certain letters. You may gotta write a number. Whatever you do, that actual thing you did, you already put the energy work into it. So it made like almost like a you went back to you. You observed the thought, came right back to you. You can decide to keep it in or push it out. Whatever you do with it is on you. So that's why I say it's not about creating symbolism. You can do right now, write a symbol, and it can mean nothing, or you could think it means something. But if you don't have the energy work, like when you had that thought and all that imagination of what to do with that, that's the energy. When you write it down, that symbol of how it makes you feel. Then you create that representation of what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be seen, and how it's supposed to make you felt. You know what I'm saying? So when you're seeing it from that perception, you're always in the dimness area. You're in the dimness area. You're not in the light. You're dim. So when you're dim, you're in a perception on where you're creating what's felt. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you create that's felt becomes the actual like boom, like the punch in the face, like the bringing someone in, like they be trying to get us lost in the getting scared. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that when you get a spirit in that space, in that unknown space, thinking that's scared. That's not actually scared. That's actually just looking at something and seeing what it means to you. Like what you're like. It's like you may think that spirit is getting, or even if they really are getting scared, it's not the point. It's like they're observing something, putting it inside their system, seeing what they can use, what they can't use, and whatever the ones they can or can't use, they put the ones they can, they leave it. But it's like that unknown area, and that spirit already knows about all the unknown shit, because the spirit is unknown. It's no thing, no shape, no form. So once you understand that area from that perception, you'll understand the spirit doing that already knows all about the ups and downs, left and right, in and out, expand, contract, all that, because the spirit created that thing. You wouldn't even have a certain idea if it wasn't for that certain spirit. And so if the spirit knows what it's doing, that's even worse. But if the spirit is genuinely in a space on where they're trying to help you, then you gotta take that and away from that, because then you're giving out your blessings, but you'll never be less. You know what I'm saying? It's like you always got to be in a space on where you know how to properly see something from your ideology. You know what I'm saying? And your ideology makes what's real. Put no puns. Keyword. Idea. Ology. Another word for biology, astrology, all that ology. Same shit. Different contexts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once you know how to see it from the perception on where we're all seeing it at, you'll be in the right way of how to see shit. You're always in the space on where you're always getting the puzzle pieces together. You can put any puzzle. Oh shit! You can put any puzzle piece together in a spirit realm if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just know where your power is and start to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you like people will think to themselves, but power is power money? Is power like bitches? Is power like cars? Is power like You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. It's probably like, what the fuck was that? It's probably like, yeah, it's probably like all this shit is like, is no, power is the mind. Simple. So the more you know that, the more expanded you get. The more you do something that you've already did in the mind, the more you contract. So that's why I say, like, don't take life so serious. Just take it as is. And when you take it as is, you're always in a space on where you're already by default expanding. Because for you to know that, for you to be in a space on where you're observing something came from you having a certain mind state. So simply get out that mind state and don't observe, and you know what I'm saying? But if you get connected to these things, you'll be in a space on where you'll think that the main objective is for you to keep something hidden, or to keep something low key, or to keep something by like on you know what I'm saying, like, things like that. And you really don't need to do none of that shit. You just got to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you be yourself, you're always in the right side of energy, no matter what. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Once you be yourself, you're always in the right side of energy. You know what I'm saying? So if you were ever yourself, and an individual shamed you for that, then that's on them. That ain't you. That ain't your fault. That's their fault. Like, how can an individual shame you for being you? That's like them hating themselves. The more you know, the better you do. The more you know, the more less on you, because now you know better, so you gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we all have the ability to change. Spirits have the ability to change. You know what I'm saying? So if a spirit is not changing, and they're letting their past or their present or their future dictate them, then that's where your judgment can get foggy and cloudy. You know what I'm saying? Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. That's an allegory of you getting cloudy in your nature. You know what I'm saying? So now you know why certain things is created. You know what I'm saying? So now you know. It's kind of like, don't get lost in the sauce. And I know that seems funny, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But don't get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Know what these things. No puns. Yeah, that's funny. That was funny though. That was funny. Don't get lost in the sauce. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Don't get lost in the sauce. That's funny. But yeah, for real. That's it. Really be like that. It really be it's just simple things like that. You know what I'm saying? And we in Virgo season 2. We may get lost in all types of different sauces. Marinara sauce. You know what I'm saying? Creole sauce. You know what I'm saying? Seasoning, Mexican sauce, all types of sauces. You know what I'm saying? All types of races too. All types of ethnicity, whatever y'all call that. Ethnicity, whatever y'all say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be a space on where we know on what things mean. You know what I'm saying? Where things is leading to. You know what I'm saying? Where things can lead to, and where we can get our actual power back. And it's not that we ever lost our power. It's just that we gotta know how to simply go back within in the internal realm and get that key back. You know what I'm saying? We all have a key within ourselves that we created, knowing everything within ourselves. So no matter where you are at in the spirit realm, know how to get to that actual area where you get that key. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'll understand that things like symbolism ain't really shit if there's no energy behind it. And even the little energies behind it, if it doesn't make sense in spiritual law, then it won't make sense down here in the physical. And it infinitely won't make sense in the metaphysical. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you got to know how to see these things and know how to subtract and add, aka numerology, gematria, spiritual mathematics, spiritual mental palette. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, let me put the lights on. Oh, I put the car. I'm tripping. But yeah, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like what we're gonna be doing on where we're trying to upgrade or get something where our power is used for the actual symbol. So if you got individuals using an actual symbol for you, that's where it can be in a negative because they're trying to control a certain mind state. If you got an individual using that certain symbol for themselves to help you, that's where it's the right side energy, and you got the universal gods on your side. You know what I'm saying? The real one. I don't know about this the shit, but the real one. You know what I'm saying? So once you know how to see it from like that, you'll be in a space of where you're more going with the flow and shit. Life doesn't gotta be so hard for you. You know what I'm saying? Life can be so simple. You can actually relax. You can have peace time. You can do all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Always have a space where you can have some peace time within yourself. That's where you can really get your true creativity power within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the ability that our spirit always has to have. Our spirit always creates scenarios where we need to have a peace time. That's why even in work time, y'all created breaks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wouldn't create something like breaks if your spirit didn't have an awareness to create a peace time. So you know what you're doing when you do certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? Calling out your break. You may take a little bit longer on your break than you should, but that's because you need your peace time. Your spirit's letting remind you, I need my peace time. I need to be around all those people all the time. You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta be in a space on where we're all getting to something where we're having a scenario on where we create power within something that represents ourselves. Let me put one light on. That's within ourselves, because this shit is bright as fuck. It don't look bright on camera, but it's bright as fuck. It's bright as fucking. But yeah, so it's like, I think about minutes. Yeah, so it's like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we all gonna die. We all gonna be born again. You know what I'm saying? So it's on the amount of awareness you created for yourself to represent you, instead of you getting lost in a certain area in life, thinking it's the end all and be all, thinking this is the only life to live. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you want to be at all times. You know what I'm saying? That space. That's the space of peace. And you can always create, you know what I'm saying, better forms if you want to. It's like choice. You think like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you know how to see it from that perception, you'll be in a space where it's supposed to be seen in the brought out realm of reality, brought out perceptions. It's like hair, but less dense. You know what I'm saying? Literally like hair, but less dense. You're more in that in that world. I can't. It's like and you don't got no cloudy judgment, but you can almost see yourself like a cloud. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And I think that's pretty much all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Just Spark, Star Pilot this mob, and we out in this motherfucker. Yo, we enter like that. Enter the flight. Don't enter the look, see that? Don't enter the light. Enter the flight.